Hello everyone, I'm Sino George and today I will be telling you about my journey through STEM. My first school was St. Thomas Lower Primary School in Vettikal, which was at a walking distance from my home. I spent 5th standard at the Government Girls High School Tripunithura and studied at Nerimangalam Navodaya for 7 years afterwards. I received my bachelor's degree in technology from College of Engineering Chenganur and my master's from Fairleigh Dickinson University in New Jersey, also a walking distance from my current home. Right now, I am working as a manager at the New York State Insurance Fund IT department. JNV gave me many new experiences and was a large influence in my life. It gave me a strong foundation in English, which I still use every single day. Being in the science group in 11th and 12th drew me towards STEM related subjects. The academic curriculum and the expertise of teachers in each subject helped me in scoring a good rank in the entrance examination for college. The strict scheduled routines and unfamiliar environment taught me to quickly adjust to new environments and to stick with good habits. JNV made me independent, responsible, hardworking, and competitive. The extracurriculars and sports helped me become more confident and taught me how to work with people of different backgrounds. All of these qualities are necessary for any STEM related career. After 12th, I went with the flow and took the entrance examinations for both medical and engineering. I decided to go with electronics engineering with my limited knowledge based on my dad's advice without being very sure whether I would fit into the field. College was a huge shift from my life before. There was no individual attention unlike JNV. I scored poorly during my first year. By my second year, I got a hang of the studies and the exams and did well going forward. I had no idea what I wanted my career to be. I thought of becoming a teacher or a professor because that was the only job I saw employed women doing at that time. I had no idea what a career in electronics engineering, my field of study at the time, was like. Programming courses were part of the academic curriculum and as well as the final year project at Vikram Sarabhai Space Center. But it wasn't very interesting for me, which might have been because of the lack of hands-on work and no one to guide me or tell me what to do. After college, I was very ambitious, so I moved to the US with my husband, who encouraged me in my pursuit of a job. He introduced me to and guided me through the IT field, which he already knew. One reason to try for a job in the IT field was because it was a high-paying industry. I kept trying to find a job, but it was very difficult. I tried learning programming by myself, but I only understood the theory, not the practical application. So I went back to India for 6 months and took a programming course in Ernakulam, which gave me much needed confidence in the subject. I came back to the US and enrolled in Fairleigh Dickinson University, where I pursued my master's degree in computer science with the hope of finding a job. Soon after starting my master's, I received 2 offers. I could accept either a graduate assistant position at the university, where I would work for a professor in exchange for free education until graduation, or a job offer from a nearby small business company. I took the job offer because I thought that experience was what I needed to get a better job in the future, but also continue to work my master's by attending classes at night. My first job was a paid internship at the Metropolitan Transportation Authority in New York, where I worked in web development while I was in my first year at Fairleigh Dickinson. I then moved on to a job as a software developer at Samco, the company I joined instead of taking the offer from the university as graduate assistant. I was the only woman and IT person in the software development branch. My next job was as a beginner level IT specialist at the New York State Insurance Fund, for which I still work for, a government job. I slowly moved up to become a project manager in the policyholder services branch, where I lead my own team. I was the third woman to get hired in the IT department at the Manhattan office of the agency and the first woman to be hired in my branch in 10 years. I was the only woman on my team at the time and was pressured to be as good as or better than my male colleagues. 3 years into my job, I learned that I was going to be moved to the maintenance applications team, which would not make use of my programming skill. I was confident in my abilities, so I asked to be moved to the team which develops new software applications. My request was approved in just months, and that was the true starting point of my career at the company. More and more women have been hired in other IT teams as the years pass by, and recently 2 more women have been added to my team. Why IT? The good pay, the job security, and the ability to always rise in the industry were all factors that attracted me to the field. I could have been anything from a systems analyst to a cybersecurity expert working for a top company. The opportunities were and still are boundless. I started off as a web programmer where I designed websites. As a computer programmer, I developed computer applications. Network systems engineers control the internet systems of companies, while cybersecurity experts educate companies on how to protect themselves from cyber attacks. In my current job as an IT project manager, I direct my colleagues through various tasks based on the requirements from the business managers. These jobs are all high demand. IT has so many applications in the modern world. Being constantly challenged in your work makes it incredibly fulfilling. All these factors add up to a work experience that leaves you satisfied in your career. Throughout my journey in STEM, I have learned many things. When looking back, it wasn't an easy ride at all, but there were benefits. I learned to take everything in stride, the good and the bad, and to always look forward instead of staying behind. Struggle is expected in the learning process. I had no idea what I wanted to do when I was young, but I ended up figuring it out later on. In my time, women around me were living as housewives, and I had no real role model to look up to. You shouldn't be worried if you don't know what you really want to become. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the people who supported me constantly. I owe so much to my family, friends, teachers, and colleagues for encouraging me throughout the course of my life. I learned to stand up for myself and not just take things as they were. That helped me constantly in and out of the workplace. I never stopped learning, and it opened me up to so many new opportunities. I am still learning new things every single day. The lessons that you learn will stick with you forever. Improvement is never impossible. Thank you.